Right. So some more faces if possible. Right. Sir, Ramakrishna sir, what did you do to your camera?
No, actually, I have to buy a new camera. I'm looking at it from a laptop camera, but laptop will be looking to north and I will be looking to south for my monitor.
Okay.
That's the problem. And I have to buy one a new camera now in the from Amazon.
Hmm.
Sir, Prime Day is going on. It's a good time to order.
Okay.
Yeah,
Today and tomorrow.
20th, 21st, right? Oh, there
Actually,
it
today
is.
and
No,
tomorrow.
in India,
Yeah.
it is 20th and 21st.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So shall we start or shall we wait?
We need Nivedita and Krishna Priya.
Yeah, those are the
Yeah.
question banks,
Mhm.
So,
right? But go through this. This is very, very helpful. So what he is saying is, which is also getting demonstrated scientifically, though he might have done it 20 years ago, right? He is talking about majority of the diseases. The root cause is the gut and brain connection. And that is where we were, right? Even if I take the uh, yesterday, whatever we covered, right?
Yes, sir.
So till now, are there any doubts? Ramakrishna sir?
so basically, see when we are going through the training process, like we should be able to identify that shock. If anything has happened in the last 4 or 5 months, or that led to these symptoms, I think
Correct.
then the things will start, falling in place.
Exactly. That is what your profiling is actually doing. I didn't talk about this topic during that
Yeah,
profiling days,
yeah.
but basically there are primarily four types of conflicts that determine which specific organ and tissue can get affected in the body in all the
Mhm.
humans.
Yeah.
Okay. What are we talking about? Brainstem, cerebellum, the cerebral medulla, or the cortex. There are only four kinds.
Mm-hmm.
These four kinds will then, right? These four kinds, right, will then you go take us into which area. So the problem, if it is digestion related, right, then the lungs, the kidneys, the bladder, and fertility, they are connected to the brainstem. Now, what do we mean by the brainstem? Okay. So, if we say which portion is the brainstem, the one at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
right? The one that passes through the rest of the body through the nervous system.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the same thing when we I think here also he explains that. Chapter 3. Yeah. So he is taking every section of the body, how they are interconnected. This is known as the tree of life, which is also explained in Serpent Rising as a book. How each of them is interconnected and how each element plays a role. So we need to have a consolidated understanding that is important for us. Okay. Here, where is my diagram? Yeah. Okay. So then you got the cerebellum, which is dealing with skin health. Okay. Because it is controlling those areas where the skin related this. That means it is across the organ, the body, right? Are you with me? The cerebral medulla roles or rules, actually, it is not roles. It is the same as the cerebellum. That means it is there influencing most of the parts of the organization. And the cortex is the one that is controlling the thinking, sensory. That means this is more to do with what? When you say thinking, the psychic.
Okay.
Okay. Now, how this is influencing each component, right? The importance of understanding these roles explains why particular symptom manifests in the body when you experience a specific type of conflict, right? So what is this brainstem layer? This layer is connected to the most primitive survival functions. Whenever your survival is threatened, right? This conflict manifests, right? Now, your survival is dependent on your digestive system. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? Digestion, that is the gut, the breathing, which is the lungs, and fertility, that is the what you call the reproductive organs in the body. When they are impacted, it is because of this brainstem. If the brainstem is the part of your brain that intercepts and experiences a conflict shock, what are those? Look at this. Loss of a loved one. Right? Every time you relive that experience, all those individual components, they connect you back to the main incident. Right? You may experience a morsel conflict. What is a morsel? What is the meaning of a morsel?
Morsel is a small grain.
Not a grain. In
Small
Telugu,
portion
we
of
say
food.
a portion of the food that you put into your mouth. Okay. So, morsel conflict means you can't digest it. You are not able to come to realities with that. Right? So, and difficulties with the digestion or shortness of breath, right? They manifest again and again. This is your rumination, right? Here, we are talking about your So the impact of this rumination, this is what is happening. The rumination is biologically impacting you in this manner. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Right? Koti, Krishna Priya, Deepika, they still have Nivedita to join anyway. Right? So now let us see what happens if it were the medulla oblongata, the cerebellum. Right? If the cerebellum is the part of your brain that intercepts the conflict shock of losing instead of by one particular person, it's basically the survival threat, and you may experience a separation conflict. See, this was basically the core survival conflict. The survival conflict is creating a sort of a separation.
Not only that, right, sir? There
Huh?
might be not only that, there might be like affection, love. Those might be the reasons too. Not only just the separation or
No. See,
survival.
all those, are there not various flavors of separation?
Yeah, survival is like a very
Then that is the first one. The
Hmm.
moment is survival, the type of nature of that survival that is threatened,
True,
right?
true.
Either it is in your control or it is not. The side effect of that could be that you have got separated from something that you feel is yours.
Yeah. So separate that survival with survival.
This is one of the
Fear.
side effect of that particular fear.
So either it could be survival fear or love or attachment.
Whatever it is, basically, here it is the separation.
Yeah.
There, that was your existence. Here it is this impact of that, which is the separation. So what happens? This cerebellum is controlling your skin. Correct? Right? So consequently, your skin starts to break out in the form of eczema, like rashes or acne. These are the symptoms that come out. That means there is a healing that is going on. Right? Now, if it were the cortex region, that means the area that the cortex is controlling, right? This could be an accident which has caused a temporary separation or a long-term separation, but a separation all in all. Then you may experience indigestion, right? Or increased bile, thyroid, brain, right? That is the brain fog. That means you keep getting confused, headaches, or memory loss during the healing symptom. Okay. All of you there? Once you have processed the loss, these connections explain exactly why and how stress ends up in the body at a scientific level. Your body does not distinguish between physical, emotional, and mental stress. Note this. That means it can be real, imagined, right? Which means it can onset by memory recalls also. Right? So probably we should think in terms of recommending Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right? So now what does it mean? These connections explain this, right? If a conflict straw, that is basically the one that is causing you the stress, strikes a particular region of your brain, then it shoots the signals to that regions, the tissue and cells associated with that part of the brain. The moment the tissues and cells associated with that part of the brain, right? If you no, not this. Which is the other one we were using? Is it this one? No. That means it is what I think this. Yes. Right? See, the moment it is coming and harming your tissues and cells, what are you doing?
Your functioning of that organ will get affected.
How? Because of this cycle.
Yeah.
Are you able to correlate them now?
Yes.
Right? So, because your cells, your tissues. Now, the raw material that is making the chapati called you is badly hampered. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
See, instead of jumping out and all that, ribbon. Yeah. Okay? Right. So, and if the conflict, now what is important? Your ability to handle that conflict or digest that conflict or acknowledge. That means surrender to that with the wisdom of how you can come out of it.
Correct.
Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So,
Yes.
if the conflict is not quickly resolved or acknowledged, then
Effect will
it
be more.
becomes the foundation for the disease or illness manifesting in the body.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, what does that mean? Bottom line, disease in our lives can manifest as disease, dis-ease, or imbalance in the body. Health issues are often a metaphor. That means they are indicative of or they are manifestations of imbalances in our lives. And our symptoms are often direct mirrors of the conflicts we experience. Example, an indigestible conflict can show up as a digestion issue. So, Lakshmi, when we are dealing anything to do with the digestive system, whatever you have not been able to accept comes back
Yes.
to us. So IBD, etc., this has a role to play.
Okay. Yeah. So by the time the patient got realizes,
They
it
are in
like
the healing phase.
They are in the healing phase. Yeah, the
right?
disease is already manifested, right? So, but
Correct.
they don't have much information about
No,
that.
but
But
they are
we are
not
going
letting,
to.
no, they are not letting that particular cause that is impacting them to get released. That means they are ruminating there only. They are feeding that particular situation.
Mm.
In Joe Dispenza's language, it is the feeling and thinking, the chain reaction
Yeah.
of thinking and feeling. He calls it the feeling and feeling. He has
Yeah.
changed F and T.
Sir,
Okay.
by the time the patient card comes to us, if the digestive system is very bad and their doctors removed part of it, and those kind of situations, is it possible to address those ones, Chandra sir? The patient will
Suppose
be
if it is
so.
impacting the liver, do you know that the liver grows back?
Yes, the liver, we know that, but the digestive
Correct.
system is not, right?
No, it is. Liver is part of the digestive system. It is the filtration. It is the organ that gets impacted by negative or excessive dosage of medicine also.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
But then what is going within the body after digestion, it is part of the digestive system.
Mm-hmm. So, but
Right?
it means, mm, what do you call, like,
No, some of
biologically,
it.
biologically. So,
Huh,
if the liver is part of it taken out, it will grow up. It will grow back.
correct.
But
But if it is
di-
some of the others, it may not.
yeah, liver is part of the digestive system. But when doctors remove the digestive tract, or
They won't
the
remove the whole
system.
thing. A portion of the intestine, they will. That means you are compromised.
Yeah, yeah. So will that
Right.
be reversed, or
Now,
will that
you
be
need to
like
understand the extent of the compromise that is required to manage your life.
Hmm.
Right. Say, for
Yeah.
example, being a diabetic, right?
Hmm.
What did I realize through meditation? I realized that the metabolism needs to match the quantity of food that is going in.
Hmm.
So you regulate your food first thing. Now, food comes into two categories as per our spiritual tablets, correct?
Hmm. Hmm.
What is that? Optimal diet. That means thinking. Hmm? Now, my thinking, how it is going to impact my cells and tissues comes out of this wisdom, which
Okay.
is correct. Are you with me?
Yes.
Right. So I need to learn to bring in the necessary compromise that is a must for me to manage this gut and brain connection. But in the first place, if people come before the surgery, this education will help them overcome their challenge. Are you with me?
Yes. Of course.
Hmm? Right.
Hmm.
So basically, what do we learn here? We learn about the 5 gut brain principles that explain everything, how this whole gut brain thing and biological laws of German new medicine work at a mental, emotional, and physiological level. Okay. Now,
Hmm.
this German new medicine is leveraging everything on the basis of what we call embryology. What is embryology? Anybody can
About the
understand
embryo.
what embryo? Pardon?
It's about the embryo.
From
Embryology
the
means.
embryo, how you have developed,
Yeah.
right? So this is talking about your exposing the spiritual roots of a disease. Are you clear?
Mm. Yes.
Right? Now, why this? So this is not connected. I'm okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm. Okay. Right?
Mm.
So now, how is this understanding the basics here is very important, because this theory, every disease originates from. So which means now just think about it. There is a process in which every atom is ultimately contributing to the body. Correct?
Yes.
Now, then there are 5 fundamental laws that are governing that process of transformation from the atom level to the physical collective body level, because we are 50 to 80, 100, 80 trillion cells, a community of cells, each doing a function. Yes?
Yes.
Right. Now, every part of the body can be divided into a functional core, which is what we gather, right? When we okay, when we look at it from the perspective of, is it this one? No, not this.
So every disease is originated from thoughts only, sir, or from repetitive thoughts?
No, it is, see, how is your body working? If I take you to this diagram, this is how you are transforming to the
To a
individual
system.
organs, correct?
Right. Yeah, to individual.
Now let's go back to, okay, here what are we talking about? We have a framework, yes,
Mm.
which is your caduceus. On the caduceus, you are superimposing the skeleton,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Which has got all these ankle, it has got these body parts, correct?
Parts. Yes.
Right. Now, what are these body parts if you look at it from this perspective? These body parts are nothing but ovals and centers. No, not this. Then where is this? One second.
So to
So
complete
you
that
can,
sentence, sir,
to
to come.
understand, no, to understand, you can look at your body to be various sections, right? Because it has come from a
Right.
cavity. The cavity has got organs. The organs are nothing but, right,
Yeah,
is
community of
a community
cells.
of cells,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
That means when they are a community of cells, they need to be interconnected.
Yeah.
They need to be interconnected. That interconnection is achieved through two things. One is the life force energy, which is your breath.
Mm.
And the second one is the nervous system. This entire process has got two components, two streams, voluntary and involuntary nervous system, correct?
Mm.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
that is driving the entire behavior pattern. Yes?
Yes.
Right? Now, the entire these process are either influenced or they are the core component or they are the what? They are the core component or the supporting component. So each process can be called a program in itself.
Mm.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? Now, each program can be subjected to a disturbance.
Yeah.
Disturbance can be mental, disturbance can be physical. Yes? No?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Right? So every disturbance that is coming into play,
Correct.
every disturbance that is coming into play is controlled by, right, the material that is there in each of these ovals, the controlling points that you have, which are the centers. Correct? Now, these centers are nothing. If you take this diagram, it is very clear that this is your thinking part, your pineal, right? So, your
Mhm.
thinking, your circulation, and the individual program are the ones that are going to be responsible for the upkeep of this regions, right?
Yes.
Are all able to align their thoughts along this line?
Mm.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
Now,
Yes.
each of these regions has got one dominating element,
Okay. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Emotions are also the program influencers. They are the power to the program because that is energy in motion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now where are we? We are looking at this entire rigmarole, the rigmarole of this diagram, right from the stage of conception,
Mm.
right,
Mm-hmm.
to the growth, to the growth.
Mm. To the growth.
Growth of these centers follows the growth of the chakras, right? Growth of these centers,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
You may have the body, but every oval, every part is an oval, and every oval has got a junction. Do you see that?
Yes.
There is a
The
point of
bold.
intersection,
Yeah. Mm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
then
The
it has
bold
got a
points.
negative side, it has got a positive side.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Right? And then the way they are interconnected, what starts on the left side or what is on the left hemisphere controls the positive sides. Okay. That means it is controlling the opposite side. The negative is controlling or feeding the opposite ones. Okay. That is why the left to right and right to left.
Yeah.
Okay. So knowing that also is very important when you are going to prescribe. That's what he is saying. That's what homeopathy says. That's what Ayurveda says. Okay.
Sir, can you
They're
please
all
give an
able.
example?
Pardon?
Can you please give some kind of an example or
When we
analogy for
get
that?
into the no. See, if your malfunction is on the left side of the body, the impact is felt on the right side of the body.
Both right, sir,
Because the
because it's
left
going.
hemisphere, pardon?
Both right, sir, it's going zigzag.
Though it is going, but then the flow, the center is controlling those particular regions.
Okay.
Because the thoughts are originating here. Right? Thoughts are originating here. Correct? So, whatever is following in its path, wherever it is going, that is the region that it will control. Correct? And these are all the intersections which will decide in which direction the flow is going to impact. Suppose it is rotating in the counterclockwise. That means energy is flowing out, not flowing in. Right? You are able to link that or you are not able to?
No, this is not clear, sir.
What is not clear?
No, the energy going out with the counterclockwise and clockwise, that is not very clear.
That's not clear? Okay. It is not clear because you are not thinking along those lines. Right? Now let us see.
See, my understanding is that left brain
One
always
sec.
controls the right
Now
side.
look at this diagram.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, this is good. Right? So this is how energy is entering your body. The external energy.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when this is entering, it has got a particular direction of flow. The entire body is divided into two halves, correct? Two symmetrical halves.
Yeah.
You have the Sushumna, is the main nadi. You have the Ida and Pingala,
Pingala.
correct?
Yeah.
Those are the three main streams of your nerves, which are controlled by what you call your central nervous system, having the involuntary functions and the voluntary functions.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the energy in the left hemisphere is rotating inwards. Correct?
Okay. Inverse means from top to
Top to bottom.
top to bottom.
Right? And here it is taking a reverse direction. See this. This is going through in one flow, and at this junction onwards, it is rotating laterally, not vertically, but laterally. It has changed the direction.
Sir,
Are
can
you
you
able to
say the
see these
body?
arrows? Pardon?
We not able to understand like which of the markings you're talking about, sir.
See, one
I
is
think
the
you need to
vertical
check
flow.
the arrow marks.
No, one is the
Right hand and left
vertical.
hand different.
One is the vertical layer, coming down, going through the feet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the influence of the chakras. At the chakra, what is happening? Think.
It's
At the
crossing.
chakra.
It is going this way, correct? That is
Hmm.
creating this stream of flow, which is a spiraling that is happening.
Okay. The middle one.
Yeah, no. Do you see the lateral rotations that is surrounding the body?
Yeah.
See, look
By
at the.
lateral.
Are you able to see one that is spiraling this way
Yeah,
instead
like
of just
horizontally, you're
the,
saying.
not the,
Horizontal.
the horizontal also?
Yeah. But sir, the horizontal and the connection between chakras, I'm not able to see in the diagram.
Why won't you see? Is this the first chakra? The
See,
origination
sir,
of this,
yes, the Sahasrara.
right, in this oval, right?
Huh.
Okay, which is at the pineal, the Agnya chakra,
Uh-huh.
right? Then you are
Oh,
coming to
yes.
the throat. That
Huh.
is also rotating. If it were rotating this way, what will happen? The impact of where it is supposed to reach is going to reduce. You are not able to visualize that, then read this properly.
Which one? The electromagnetic energy attracts to its
Correct. This
own
is the
center.
where, right? Yeah. So if you want to if you read this, what is he saying? Composite picture of the pattern forces of the body and their wireless circuitry. Right? So now you take the polarity of the serpentine brain current is reversed in the center of each oval field where the currents cross over each other, thus stepping down the vibratory intensity of the currents, also changing the nature of the functioning in every center and field. Are you able to align with that particular reading?
So, sir, so the serpents are the ones that are shown crossing at the different chakras, right?
Correct.
But I'm not able to see the connection between the horizontal energy flow and the serpents.
Because you are thinking that this serpent is physical.
But the
The
energy flow is
serpent
also
is in
not
the.
physical, right?
Pardon?
Even the horizontal energy flow is not physical, right? Nothing, none of this is physical, right?
No, you see, energy flow, if you now, what are the components there? The nervous system, the thought process, etc. Read this. The dotted vertical lines are electromagnetic wireless waves flowing through the longitudinal muscle fibers of the body. Muscle fibers are physical,
Yes.
right? Giving them tone and maintain the body upright against the inertia of the Earth's gravity. So gravity is
Okay.
an energy that is pulling you. That is physical.
Uh-huh.
Correct? Right?
Yeah.
Now what is happening is the 150 trillion cells or 100 trillion cells that we are talking about are under the influence of this consistently moving energy, influenced by the thoughts that are getting generated and stored here. Correct?
Okay.
You are able to visualize that much?
Yeah.
Now, how is that running the entire system? The energy is flowing, and the energy is flowing such that the spread of across the body is governed by these three streams. What are these three streams? You have one that is going vertically down, and then it is passing through these nerves, correct?
Okay.
Right? So every chakra it has to go up to the Muladhara. From there, the spiral movement will start. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. So basically, the energy is starting from the pineal gland. Then it is going
Correct.
out above the head. Then it is coming around your body and then entering through your feet and hands.
Both. It is, see, on the left side, it is coming out, right? On the right side, what is happening? It
It's
is
going
going
inside.
out first and then coming in next. Correct?
Like right hand, it is going inside first.
Correct.
And right leg also, it is, no, sorry, left leg, I think. Left leg, it is
No,
going
the
inside.
entire left side, it is coming out.
It's coming out of the pineal gland and then going into the left hand and
It
left
is
leg.
entering into the pineal, through the pineal gland. It is entering in on one side, and on the other side, just the opposite.
Yes, sir.
See, the way it is reading is you need to turn yourself the other way around when you are reading this.
Yes, sir. So like
This is
left
your
side, if you see it,
correct.
oh
So
yeah, I
in
don't,
the see, if you take the left side, it is going out. Correct?
out of the
Yeah.
pineal and entering through the hands and legs.
Correct. Through all the openings, not just hands and legs.
Oh, okay.
We have got 9 Navarandhras, right?
Okay.
Okay.
All of them are influenced. Correct?
Okay.
Right? And that is going to create a turbulence.
Incoming voice call from Krishna Rao Kondapalli.
Right?
Incoming
Yes.
voice call from Krishna
Yes.
Rao Kondapalli.
Who's that?
Incoming voice.
Okay. Now, if you look at the impact of that, that is being explained here. You have got so many membranes, so many particles, etc. Right? Right?
Yes,
How
sir.
each of the cells are getting their energy and how they are influencing this movement.
Okay.
Okay. So the net result is you will have multiple directions of motion of the energy.
Yes. Yeah. Because the arrows, the electromagnetic rays, and then the spirals along the parts of the body.
And the matter in those in between there, which you are thinking is solid, is actually not solid. Are people able to appreciate it or they are not?
Yes, sir. Yes.
No, all of you. I'm getting only 1 or 2 yes. All the others are
So,
looking
I mean, sir,
askance.
this one we have to go through more in detail, sir. That is
No,
my state of.
nothing, sir. That
Uh,
is why I use the example of chapati in my explanations. What is chapati?
It's the end
Think
result.
about the life cycle. It started
Yeah.
as wheat,
mm,
right? What happened to the wheat? They became particles, subtle as well as dense,
yeah.
right? Then they interacted with water
hmm
and compositions of various kinds, like oil,
Yeah.
like salt, right? Which are nothing but chemicals in one of the forms. Either they
Yeah.
are solid form,
Yeah.
they are liquid form, they are
Yeah.
gas form, and so on, correct?
Yeah.
You made a dough out of it, which is solid,
hmm Yeah.
right? That dough you have given a shape
Yeah.
by utilizing energy,
hmm
correct? All those
Yeah.
things are available here also.
Yes.
And there are individual sub-processes. Like when you took raw wheat and converted it to flour, is there a process?
Incoming voice call from Venkata Ramana Madaraju.
Who is listening to what? Okay. Are there processes and sub-processes? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes.
Right. Now, the same thing nature is doing to you. For it to do all those actions, it has got electromagnetic waves, it has got particles, it has got all the ingredients that you have there.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
I only hear Lakshmi. What about, I've got how many people here? I think approximately 10. Are others able to appreciate what I'm talking?
Sir, I have a separate question, but once you finish this,
Now, please ask the
related to this
questions.
energy flow. But
Yeah. Go ahead.
so my question is, when we meditate, right, and we
Hmm.
absorb the energy, how the interaction happens in this flow?
The flow that was being blocked us earlier is being reset, and the direction is being aligned to what naturally should have been the direction. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Sir,
no,
my question is odd, but
how will your chapati look if you first start with the shape and then try to put things? There are some which are under your control, involuntary, and there are some which are under your control, voluntary. Correct? When you are making a chapati, right? Some portions of it is under your control. How much flour to add, what kind of flour to use, the denser components, how to use, the lighter components, how to use. All these are programs,
Yes, yes.
either main program or subroutines. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Rajesh ji.
Yeah, yes, sir. I was used. Yeah.
So
Yes.
either it
Agree.
is sub-program or it is main program. Okay. How is the program being achieved? How is the flow of energy being regulated here? How is the flow of energy being regulated here?
That's what I'm trying to understand. Who does it and how?
Who
How
does it
the
and
flow
how?
is.
Your survival started with your first breath when your buttocks would have received a pat on the back by the doctor. Was that your first breath independently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That would have triggered the entire metabolism and catabolism both.
Yes.
Right? Now, that is the natural flow of how you were built.
Okay.
Okay? And sustaining that in that same path would have built you into the structure that you have, which is supposed to be healthy. Right? Under ideal conditions.
Sir, it is maybe appropriate question or not, I don't know. I have confusion between Vayu and this one is same or they are both are different.
What is Vayu?
Air.
In the body we'll have that Udana Vayu, Apana Vayu and all this, right? This
Those
is
are the
energy
5
and that is
components of breath.
Mm-hmm.
Apana, Samana, Vyayana, right?
Udana.
Udana,
Yeah.
right?
Prana.
Yeah, prana.
Prana. They are all the same. They are parts of your breath.
Yeah.
Yes, they are parts of the
So
breath.
why are you confused?
It looks like they are coming like
No,
this
no.
only, right?
See, if you have the water flow, one side it is Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Bhagirathi, Alaknanda. All those are streams of Ganga, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of them are rivers. The
Mm-hmm.
same way, breath, prana, apana, udana, samana, vyayana. Are they the same?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They are not.
Right?
They are not, or they are. No.
They are.
They are the
Okay.
same,
They
but they
are.
come in different directions. It goes in different
That's
And
directions.
okay.
they will
See,
end
you
up.
are complicating. You are going into the next level. Fundamentally,
Okay.
are you clear? That is why you
Yes.
are getting confused.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, okay.
Fundamentally, they are breaths.
Mm.
They
Mm-hmm.
are loaded more with, one is loaded with air, one is loaded, air is the medium, one is loaded with energies pertaining to water, one is loaded with energies pertaining to fire, one is loaded with energies pertaining to,
Air.
okay. So you got the four elements, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is carrying the pattern.
Yes.
Okay.
All put together, it is a collective word, that is Vayu. Okay? Clear? That
Yeah.
Vayu, as it is entering, when it comes in touch with Agya, it is carrying the thoughts as energy to various parts of the, wherever it is flowing. Okay?
Mm.
Right? So here, where the nose is situated, it is entering through that. But it is coming from here, that is entering the body through this. And then, right, it is coming and touching this circle, which is circulating it along this path. Correct? Along
Mm-hmm.
this serpentine path. The same thing on this side. It is getting distributed here depending upon whether your thoughts are positive or negative. Correct? Are you able to visualize that much?
Mm-hmm.
And how are they getting regulated? Because the structure of each of these centers is like a petal, the blades of a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to visualize the chakra in that form?
Yeah.
Right? Now, depending upon rotation, if I take a fan, right? If I take a fan and switch it on, right? Are you people able to see this fan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not now.
No? Okay. You are able to see the fan?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the fan blades are halted.
Mm-hmm.
You are able to appreciate that?
Yeah.
Right? Now they are going in a particular direction because I have given power. Okay?
Yes.
They are increasing in their speed. Yes?
Mm. Yes.
Right. Now, as a result, what is happening? It is displacing the particles that are in front of the blades in different directions, correct?
Mm.
Now they are getting dispersed and assimilating both because of the flow of this energy. One is going inward, one is going outward. So it is like the commutator in the fan, right? It is acting this way. So what is it doing? Either centrifugal or centripetal. That is the type of force that it is generating.
Mm.
Are people able to relate to it or no?
It's a little hard maybe to understand.
Right?
So in
What
which
happens? What is the
direction
difference
it?
between a fan and an exhaust fan?
Exhaust fan
Sucks
Direction is
out air.
reverse.
sucks the air.
That's
Yeah.
the
Direction is reverse.
Whereas the fan is throws the air. So
Mm.
one side, one half of your body is sucking the air, the other half is throwing out the air.
Okay.
Here how the chakras are working with both the directions.
So one is thoughts, the other one is the feeling. Okay. So thought, so there is a positive and negative.
Mhm.
That is working the system depending upon whichever is dominating.
Oh,
And that is keeping the things, the entire process of the metabolism and the catabolism, etc., to be in sync or deviate. When you are deviating, you are changing the energy levels across the body. Are you able to think from that perspective?
yeah.
Okay.
Because of our
Good.
thoughts and feelings, it is changing the actual
Correct.
process of the.
Right. So you are bringing about that change, correct? Right? So now what is happening is that change loaded with how you are responding to a particular change, right, is impacting one of the core component of the body, which has got a brain of its own. Gut is the second brain in the body, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That gut is following certain laws. Okay? What are those? Disease in our life shows up as disease stress in the body. So if the mind is undergoing a stress, that is manifesting on the organs. Is that a logical statement to make?
Yes.
Why?
Because that is the reason, right?
No, the entire body function is achieved by means of programs, correct?
Correct.
There is a program for the eyes manufacture. There is a program for utilization of the eyes. There is a program for management of the iris and so on. You can visualize that there are independent programs.
Okay. Yes.
Mhm.
If we were a robot, we are governed by independent programs.
Correct.
Are you all able to visualize that?
Yes.
Yes.
They are governed by individual programs. Yes.
Right? Why are you able
Yes.
to move the hand? Think about movement of a
Because
hand. Now something is about to fall on me. Will I do this?
Yes.
Why am I doing that?
Because of the instruction from the brain.
No, one of the instructions that my body fundamentally has is, as we explained here, right? Fundamentally, there is one program which says, my friend, you have to survive, right? one portion of my brain which says, my area of focus is only survival,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
The other fellow says, mine is to ensure that your Vajra Kavacham is strong and well maintained. What
Okay.
is Vajra Kavacham? Is your skin,
Mm.
right?
Yes.
Right? The third fellow says, my area of focus is to ensure that the individual organs are well nurtured. And overall, right, the biology has got an objective, and that objective is to ensure that this is always being followed. This background process is the involuntary nervous system. This gray matter that is sitting there is the voluntary part of the nervous system. Yes or no? Are all of
Yes.
you associated, understanding what this is meaning?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
Okay? This entire process is manifesting or is manifested in the body by means of this construct of the human body is divided into this structure. Yes?
Yeah.
Krishna Priya ma'am, Deepika, all of you are silent. I want yes, no, all right. One of them.
Yes.
Understood?
Mhm.
Correct?
Yes.
So, this structure has got voluntary, involuntary functions, and to keep that voluntary and involuntary functions going, there is a mechanism in place. That mechanism functions on the basis of certain rules and laws, right? From the brain and gut, two important components emanate the health of all of these, right? The health, that means your particle manufacture, all that is governed by these. How each one functions, there are 5 laws, okay, that govern this movement. In the first one, it says that suppose there is a disturbance, dis-ease, what is supposed to be happening? If there is a disturbance there, that disturbance is going to impact the biological program governing that particular process or sub-process. Right? With or without? Where are you?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, what is that? Okay. So, what is that? Every significant biological special program originates from a significant emotional stressor. Okay. This is one of the influencers in the unconscious mind. What is unconscious mind? How would you classify an unconscious mind?
In
Is a habit a conscious or unconscious mind?
unconscious mind.
Correct. I mean, you started, you repeated, you handed it over to the
Unconscious
body
mind.
system. It has gone into the, right, the unconscious
Mm.
mind. The body is a mirror of what's going on inside us.
Inside.
Correct? What are the
Yes.
common stressors? Once. What are the common stressors? Receiving news that was difficult to take in, digest, or comprehend. Correct? That is quite possible in our day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Okay. Feeling stuck in your life. You are not able to make progress. Is that a common experience?
Yeah, before
Correct.
before whatever, like we are having this
No,
wisdom.
even today, are you saying that you don't get stuck on something?
Not too long.
No, I don't know whether it is long or not. Are you getting stuck or not at times? I mean, it's a daily
Yeah,
happening. That's
depends.
what we are
Yeah.
trying to say. A
Right.
loss
Okay.
or separation, a job loss, an income loss, a
Yeah.
relationship
It happens, sir. It
changes.
happens.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Not feeling good enough or wanted. Do we feel rejected at times?
Yes.
Right? Then
Mm-hmm.
an attack such as an offending remark. This guy is stupid always. Right? For us, it may be very easy, but for the recipient, it may be very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Inability to conceive. That's a thought process that many motherless, childless people have. Any life-threatening situation, for example, in the course of an accident or during a medical emergency, or a hard boss or relationship difficulty. These are all the deviations that could impact us, which are in stress influencers. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? Now, how does the body take this? Correct? Right? So there will be two things. So you can classify those scenarios to causing an unexpected outcome, a dramatic outcome, an isolating outcome, or you don't know what to do about it. Is that reality?
Yes, sir.
Right? We come across that situation. So what is the impact of that? Let's go into that. After the shock, the gut-brain responds unconsciously, instinctively, automatically, and instantaneously. Is that an experience we come across on a day-to-day basis?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right? The response is not mediated by the conscious mind, but instead the fight or flight response and reptilian brain. That is what is the one that is mediating this particular action or reaction. Yes? This is part
Yes,
of
sir.
the involuntary system, correct?
Yes.
Right? The unconscious mind instantly sends a stress signal to a particular location in the brain. Logical?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You are able to relate? Depending
Mm-hmm.
on your
Yeah.
subjective interpretation of the stressor, that means your awareness, your wisdom level, ECW, all three are playing a role there.
Yes.
Correct. So that signal and the brain begins to swell in that area because when there is more energy getting pumped there, so it has expanded slightly.
Yeah. It's a very
Okay.
natural thing, and it's it is tuned to that mostly.
Correct. Right. Now, on CT scans, clinically, have actually, you can observe the formation of rings. That means it has become a ripple. Okay. Where the brain receives the signal and interprets stress. That is why it is swelling, right?
Yes.
Okay. As a result of this swelling and highlighted area, the gut-brain axis goes to work. That means the path of the gut-brain connection, right, is triggering a scenario. The brain sends a signal down to gut-brain axis to the corresponding organs and tissues in the body that are directly connected to the specific part of the brain. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Yes.
Right? So now what is happening? It has created a scenario where information is getting trapped in the brain and corresponding organ location, correct?
Yes.
This is triggering the onset of a disease.
So now we need to change that programming then.
So that program, it is triggering. The triggering is something that your immunity can withstand. Fine, you know what to do about it. But these are sudden and you don't know what control you can exercise on that, correct?
Yeah.
This was by the involuntary part of your body, unconscious mind.
Correct.
Unconscious, subconscious, conscious. There are the three states, the fourth being Turiya. Right? So now that reaction is depending upon where that stressor is, the trigger, right? The trigger is gut, brain, and specific organ, right? If it were the brain stem, it is managing the digestive system, correct?
Yes.
If you look at the brain, you can divide it into four sections. Brain stem, cerebellum, cerebral medulla, and the cortex. Okay? Each of them is covering certain areas.
Okay.
Right? And that area is going to start malfunctioning.
Yeah.
Okay. That will have various internal triggers. Unless eased out, you will not be able to withstand the impact of the stress. Okay. So these are the four regions where it impacts. And we will stop with the summary. Right? So propose the model based on, and this is very similar. The gut brain action and its activity is like a computer software. You all know how a computer works, right?
Okay.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So the kind of like the brain is in this case is like the processing unit of the computer,
Yes.
something like that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Right?
Yeah.
So we encounter a stress, and the impact of the stress is depending upon the wisdom level, the energy level, and the consciousness level, or the to what extent are you conscious of something happening, or is it part of the unconscious? Okay. To that extent, we need to understand that anything that is obstructive can result in an outcome which is counterproductive to our existence. Very clear up to that point?
Yes, sir. So that statement is the truth, right?
Yes.
Like that it's
Right.
all the mental issues
Correct.
or creates all.
No, it can be physical, mental. Does the brain know whether it is physical or not?
No.
Right? The mind doesn't know whether it is physical or imagined.
So, sir, that statement from the psychiatric institution is a correct statement, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Right. Now, which we will cover tomorrow, right? Basically, how that is getting manifested into and how do we come out of it? What is the pathway of how that is going to progress, etc., is covered in whatever we are going to talk tomorrow. Okay?
Yes, sir. So I think in Chinese medicine they say that the gut is the second brain. So that is actually
No,
completely
it's not
correct.
in Chinese medicine. In our medicine also, that is the one.
So it's called the second brain.
Yeah, it is the second brain because after this, the fellow who controls the entire system is the gut. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
all of you.
Very good, very good, very good, sir.